Plants living and surviving. Plants, you know what is plant?
Yes.
What is plant?
Chedi.
Chedi. Living and surviving. That means they are alive or dead. Plants are alive or dead. They have life or they are like stone. Plants grow or don't grow.
Grow.
If they are growing, that means they have life. When you put seed in the soil, will it grow or not grow?
Grow.
If it is growing, that means it is having life. If it is not growing, that means it is not having life. Understand? If you put a stone in the mud, will it grow?
No.
If you put seed in the mud, what will happen? It will become new plant. Correct? So plant is living, stone is non-living. Understood? Plants grow on mountain slopes, on ocean beds, in deserts and in river valleys. In fact, they grow almost everywhere. Plants grow on mountain slopes. What is mountain?
Mala.
Mountain slopes means every place of the mountain there is trees. Even from down, up, anywhere you see there will be trees. That is called mountain slopes. On ocean beds. Ocean bed means plants under the sea. There are plants or not?
Plants.
Yeah, there are water plants like that. In desert, do you find plants?
Yes.
But there, like this cactus, you will find plants in desert and in river valleys. Near the river side, do you find plants?
Yes.
Plants differ from each other depending on the surroundings where they grow. Let us read about them. Plants are same or different?
Different.
There are many types of plants. Mango plant, apple plant, different types of plants. Orange, lemon, carrot, tomato, many varieties are there. So they are different. Let us read about them. Okay. Terrestrial plant. The word terrestrial means living on land. There are plants. All the plants don't live on same place. Many plants live in different types of places. Now we are learning about terrestrial plant. Terrestrial plant means living on land. Terrestrial means land. All these are terrestrial plants. What you see now, they are all terrestrial plants. They are living on water or land?
Land.
They are living on land. So it is called terrestrial plants. Okay. Plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. Tell me example.
Coconut tree.
Then?
Guava.
Another? Banana, plantain. Okay. In hilly areas where it is generally cold, trees are tall and straight. Hilly areas means where there are many hills, small mountains. In those places, trees will be tall and straight. Trees will be tall. What is tall? Tall and straight. These trees have needle-like leaves. Their leaves will be like needle, sharp leaves. Instead of flowers, these trees bear cones. They don't have flowers. Okay. Their flowers will look like cone. You know cone? Cone, ice cream cone. Like that it will look. Have you seen? Yeah. Okay. So, instead of flower, these trees bear cones. The pine, fir, and cedar are some such trees. Tall and straight trees. Some of the trees name are pine, fir, and cedar are some such trees. Fruit trees are found in very cold places. In hilly areas, it is already cold. Okay, it is already cold, and the trees are tall and straight. And some examples of tall and straight trees are pine, fir, and cedar. Okay, but fruit trees are found in very cold places. In hilly area, it is cold, but in very cold places, the trees are known as fruit trees. In plains, trees have lots of branches. These trees can bear the heat, but shed their leaves during winter. In plains means in general landscape, in normal area, trees can bear the heat, but shed their leaves during winter. So examples of trees that live on plains are mango. It is also like terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants means living on land. Okay, so plains means plain land. In these lands there are trees like mango, sesame, peepal, banyan, and sal. Okay, and these trees shed their leaves during winter. During winter time, the leaves from these trees will fall down. Okay, in hot and damp area, trees have lots of leaves. Hot and damp area. Hot, the place will be hot and also wet. The place will be hot and also wet. Okay, in such type of area, trees have lots of leaves. Okay, but they do not shed their leaves in winter. But in winter season, the leaves will not fall down. In winter season, the leaves will not fall down from trees where it is grown in hot and damp areas. Okay, they remain evergreen. That means their leaves will never fall. They will always be green full year. Every day they will be green. But some trees like mango, sesame, pal, banyan, and sal are some trees where leaves fall down. Where leaves fall down. Okay, where leaves fall down during winter. Okay, but there are some trees in damp and hot area. Some trees in damp and hot area where they never shed the leaves. That means they are evergreen trees. All year, every day, there will be leaves on the trees. Such type of trees are teak, coconut, pepper, rubber, tea, coffee, sugarcane, rice, and cotton. Okay, this type of tree, they always have leaves. Even if it is winter, no problem. In desert, what is desert? Desert means? Yeah, in desert it will be empty, only sand or rock. Okay, so in such type of places there is no water. In such type of place there is no water. In desert it is difficult to find.
How the cat
Yeah, and it is difficult to find water. So cactus, there will be moisture there. In morning time, night time, it will be little cool. In that cooling time, small drops of water in the air, they will trap. So that, and sometimes, very rarely, maybe yearly, one time or two time, little rain will fall. That time they will take that. So cactus is one such plant. In desert, most plants grow without leaves. They don't have leaves. Cactus is one such plant. Look at this picture, cactus. There is no leaves, but they have stem. thick stem with thorns. Lesser plants have spines instead of leaves. They have spines. Look at sharp. You cannot touch them. Spines prevent the loss of water. How do these plants make food in the absence of leaves? We have learned that leaves are the kitchen of the plant. Leaves prepare food for plant. But here there is no leaf. So how will cactus prepare food?
Stem.
Stem is completely green. So that will help in preparing food. And the green fleshy stem of such plant contain chlorophyll. Leaf contain chlorophyll. Leaf is green in color because they contain chlorophyll. Chlorophyll help in preparing food for the plant. But cactus plant, they don't have leaf, so their stems are green. And that green color will help in is having chlorophyll, and that chlorophyll help in preparing food for the cactus. Okay, and inside the stem also they help to store water. Cactus. In marshy area, the soil is sticky and clayey. Marshy area means that place there will be always water. And clay. Clay means there's not complete full water, not complete dry, but it will always be wet. Like clay. You play with clay, correct? How is clay? Wet and sticky. Like that mud is known as marshy area. The soil is sticky and clay. It will be sticky. When you play with clay modeling, how it is? Clay, sticky and wet, like that. So such type of areas are known as marshy area. The plants that grow here are called mangroves. In such type of sticky area, such type of clay area, the plants that grow are called mangroves. Look at in figure number 2.3. Mangroves grow in marshy area. Okay. Their roots do not get air. Marshy area, clay area. Area where that you are playing clay model, that is small piece. But marshy area means big area where there will be only clay. In such type of area, plants grow, and those plants are known as mangroves. Their roots do not get air as the soil is covered with water. In clay, you make pot with clay. You make pot from clay. That is why in clay pots, if you pour water, it will not leak. Why? Because clay is very strong and completely packed. Okay. So there is no hole. There is no air gap. That is why when you pour water in clay pot, water will not leak out. So when there is no air, how will plant breathe? Plant cannot breathe. If you cannot breathe, plant will not survive. So their roots do not get air as the soil is covered with water. So the roots grow out of the soil and water to breathe. So in such type of clay area or marshy area, the plants grow. Those plants name are known as mangroves, and the roots of the mangroves are above the soil. See, these are the roots of the mangrove. They are above the soil. Do you find the roots of these land plants and trees inside the soil or outside the soil?
So the one plant take that.
That is inside the soil, but here the roots are outside the soil, because in clay there is no air, so they cannot breathe. Understand? So in marshy area or clay area, what happens? Mangroves grow, and those mangroves have roots that are outside the soil for breathing. Understood? Such roots are called breathing roots. Such roots are called breathing roots. These roots are called breathing roots. Understood? Aquatic plants. Aquatic means water. Aqua means water. So aquatic plants means those plants living in
water.
Those plants living in water are known as aquatic plants. Plants that grow in water are called aquatic plants. Among them, some float on water while others grow completely underwater. There are two types of aquatic plants, two types of water plants. Some plants grow above the water. They float on the water like the duckweed plant, water hyacinth. They are floating plants. But some plants, they grow under the water. Some plants, they grow under the water, completely under the water. Those plants are called underwater plants. Those plants are called underwater plants. Example, hydrilla, tape grass, pondweed remain underwater. Understood? Aquatic plants are of three types. There are three types of aquatic plants. Floating plants like the duckweed, water hyacinth. Fixed plants. Fixed plants mean like the lotus. They grow in water, but they are fixed. Water. Lotus plant. And underwater plant. Underwater plants like hydrilla, tape grass, pondweed. Understood? Floating plants. These plants float because they are either light or small in size. Light means not heavy. Light means not heavy. And small in size. See, this very small plant. Duckweed, water lettuce, and water hyacinth are some such plants. These plants protect small water animals from heat of the sun. These floating plants, they are homes for small insects, water insects, and small frog, small toad. They are living on the top of this water plant, floating plant. Understood? Yeah. And these plants protect small water animals from heat of the sun. Understood? Small worms and all. Small insect, water insect. A fixed plant. Some plants are fixed to the bed of the pond. They are fixed. Fixed means they stay in one place. They cannot move. Plants do not move, but water floating plants, they can move. Floating plants, they can move, but fixed water plants, they cannot move. Like land plants, do they move? Terrestrial plants, do they move? The plants that grow on the land, do they move? They do not move. Like that, lotus is growing in water, but it will not move. Some plants are fixed to the bed of the pond. Bed of the pond means on the surface of the pond, ground of the pond. You must have seen plants like lotus and water lily. The stem of the lotus is hollow and light, which keeps the leaf and flowers afloat. The stem of the lotus is hollow and light too. That means it is not hard. Inside there will be holes, air gaps, so it will be light, like sponge. Understand? Like thermocol, which keeps the leaves and flowers afloat. Because it is not heavy, it is light and it is above the water. This is also used to make tasty dish. That stem, it can be used to prepare food out of that stem. Like tal, that leaf. Long leaf is there, one plant, many plants, vegetable, leafy vegetable. The leaves are broad and have tomato only on the upper side. Leaves are broad and have stomata on the upper side. Leaves are broad means, see, the lotus leaf is broad. They are not small. They are big, broad. So, and stomata is on the upper side. Stomata means hair holes. You are breathing. You have nostril. You are breathing through the nose. You have nostril. These are the nostril. Two holes in the nose are known as nostril. Through that nostril you breathe. In the same way, plants breathe through stomata. Okay, stomata is the hole in the leaves. In some leaves we can see, in some leaves we cannot see. So, on the leaf of the lotus plant, the stomata is found only on the upper side, because under the side there is water. So how can you breathe? You cannot breathe. So stomata is above the leaf of the lotus leaf. So these broad floating leaves provide a nesting place for some tiny birds, small birds like hummingbird, kingfisher, small kingfisher. They can float on this floating leaf. They can stand on this floating leaf. Okay. And some small birds, they make nest on this floating leaf. Some small water birds, they make nest on this floating leaf. Underwater plants like hydrilla, tape grass and pondweed remain underwater. They are always underwater. Such type of plants, they look like ribbon, narrow leaf, see, like ribbon and narrow. These leaves arise in clusters from the root and have no stomata at all. Like cluster means group, like coriander leaf. Coriander leaf, you know coriander leaf, you make for rasam and curry. Coriander leaf, they are grouped together, one root, but they have many leaves like that. That is known as cluster. These plants have long ribbon-like narrow leaves. These leaves arise in clusters from the root and have no stomata at all. Why they don't have stomata? Because they are underwater. Underwater, can you breathe air? You cannot breathe air. So there is no need of hole. There is no need of hole in the leaf to breathe. So underwater plants, they don't have stomata. Understood? They breathe through their body surface. They breathe through their body surface. Surface means outside of the body, their skin of the body. So they breathe through the skin of the leaf. These plants clean the water by removing the carbon dioxide breathed out by the aquatic animals like fish and turtles. This is why we put such plants in aquarium. See, there are plants and trees. Plants and trees give out oxygen. Plants and trees give out oxygen. Animals and birds and human beings give out carbon dioxide. Okay? Plants and trees take in carbon dioxide. Plants and trees take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. Animals and human beings and birds, they give out carbon dioxide and take in oxygen. Understood? So when humans and animals give out carbon dioxide, trees and plants take that carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. And animals and human beings, they take oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. So there is cycle. Okay? We breathe out carbon dioxide, trees and plants take that carbon dioxide and send oxygen. and that oxygen we breathe in. Okay, we breathe in oxygen and send out carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide trees breathe in and send out oxygen. Okay, we inhale oxygen. Human beings and animals inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. Trees and plants inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen. Understood? From human beings and animals, oxygen is coming out. Carbon dioxide is coming out. From human beings and animals, carbon dioxide is coming out. Okay? So that carbon dioxide trees and plants take inside. That carbon dioxide trees and plants take inside. And those trees and plants send out oxygen. Those trees and plants send out oxygen. And that oxygen human beings and animals take inside. That oxygen human beings and animals take inside. Okay? Oxygen out, oxygen out, carbon dioxide in. Who is doing that? Trees and plants. Oxygen out, carbon dioxide in. Who is doing that? Trees and plants. Okay. Carbon dioxide out, oxygen in. Who is doing that? Animals and human beings. Okay. Carbon dioxide out and oxygen in. Who is doing that? Animals and human beings. Understood? That is why we have to plant many trees. We have to plant many trees so that we get oxygen and they get carbon dioxide. So the air will be pure and we can live healthily. Understood? So aquatic animals like fish and turtles, how will they survive? They need oxygen. Yes or no? Yeah. So the aquatic plants which are living underwater, they give out carbon dioxide. They give out carbon dioxide. No, they give out oxygen. Sorry. Underwater plants, they give out oxygen. Underwater plants, they give out oxygen. Okay. So underwater animals take oxygen. Underwater animals take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. And that carbon dioxide underwater plants will take in. And that carbon dioxide underwater plants will take in. Okay, and give out oxygen. And that oxygen water animals will take in. And that oxygen water animals will take in. Okay. And water animals give out carbon dioxide. Who will take that carbon dioxide?
Water animals.
Who will take out carbon dioxide? Who will take in carbon dioxide? Water animals will send out carbon dioxide. So who will take that carbon dioxide?
Plants.
Plants will take in carbon dioxide and give out
Oxygen.
When plants give out oxygen, who will take in oxygen?
Plants.
When plants give out oxygen, who will take in oxygen? Plants, they give out oxygen. So water animals will take in oxygen. Plants will give out oxygen.
Yeah.
Water animals will take in oxygen and send out carbon dioxide. And that carbon dioxide water plants will take. When water animals like fish send out carbon dioxide, that carbon dioxide water animals will take in. So water plants will take in. Understood? When water animals send out carbon dioxide, water plants will take in. when water plants send out oxygen, water animals will take in oxygen. Understood? Same like land animals. Land animals, what is happening? Land animals send out carbon dioxide, and plants and trees will take in carbon dioxide and send out oxygen, and that oxygen animals and human beings will take and send out oxygen, carbon dioxide. Okay, understood? When plants and trees give out oxygen, animals and human beings will take in oxygen. When animals and human beings give out carbon dioxide, trees and plants will take in carbon dioxide. In the same way, underwater, fish will give out carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide water plants will take and give out oxygen, and that oxygen water animals will take in. Understood? So that is why in aquarium we will find water plant and fish. Plants of the grass family. Plants of the grass family are useful to us in many ways. Plants of the grass family are useful to us in many ways. Cereal plants like wheat, rice, jowar, basura and oats provide food for human beings and fodder for animals. For human beings, they take wheat. From wheat we make chapati, bread. From rice we make rice, dosa, idli. From jowar, basura we make other food items. So the leaf of that grass, the leaf of rice, wheat, jowar, it will become food for animals. Okay, for cow you give grass, for horse you give grass, for goat you give grass. So we take out wheat, rice, jowar for human being, and the leaf of those plants we give to animals as food. Okay. Sugar is obtained from sugarcane plant. Sugar is obtained from sugarcane plant. Bamboo plants are actually giant grass. Bamboo is the tallest grass. Bamboo is also a grass, but it is very tall. They are used for making broom, basket, chair, mat, curtains, toys, hut. Okay, we can make many things out of the bamboo. Bamboo shoots have high nutritional value and are rich in vitamins. Bamboo shoots, they are used for cooking also. Some people use it for preparing tasty dishes in northeast area. Paper was first made by the people of Egypt. Where is Egypt? Egypt is in Africa. Egypt is in Africa. So the people of Egypt first made paper from a grass called papyrus. Paper was first made by the people of Egypt from a grass called papyrus. And from papyrus comes the word paper. We are telling paper, paper. That paper is coming from which word? Papyrus. Okay. Papyrus. What is papyrus? Papyrus is name of a grass. Okay. And it was first made by the people of Egypt. Paper was made first by the people of Egypt. That means the leaf of the papyrus was used as paper first by the people of Egypt. And where is Egypt? Egypt is in Africa. Okay. It is one of the continents. Various kinds of grasses are now used to make different types of paper. Now different types of grasses are there. So like that, different types of paper are made from different types of grasses. Some Plants of the grass family are used in preparing medicine. Some grasses are also used to make medicine. Dried grass is used as packing material. For making parcel to pack something, we use some grass so that it will not break. The items we pack, it will not break. So we use grass to make cushion. So if you are packing some sofa, we put lot of grass. So because when we take it by transportation, it will not get damaged, no crashes and all. So we put grass and pack it, so it will be safe. The roots of the plants of the grass family help to bind the soil. The roots help to keep the soil in one place. If there is no roots, what will happen to the soil? Soil will move away. When soil moves away, plants will not grow. Understood? Some unusual plants. Unusual plants means some strange plants. We all know that some animals eat plants. Animals eat plants. We all know that. Cow eat plants, goat eat plants, buffalo eat plants, all those things. But do you know some plants eat animals? Animals means animal eating plants means they eat small insects, and such type of plants are known as insectivorous plants. Insect eating plants are known as insectivorous plants. One of the name of that plant is Venus flytrap. See here, figure 2.9. Venus flytrap, sundew, pitcher plant, they all eat insects. The insects are attracted by the colorful plants. Insects are attracted by the colors of the plants. So when the small insect goes to these plants, what happens? The insect gets trapped in there. The insect gets trapped. When those insects are trapped, that means those plants consume those insects. Understood? And some of the examples are Venus flytrap, sundew, and pitcher plant. Okay.
Sundew what do?
Name of the plant. This plant. Venus flytrap. Yeah. Sundew, they will have gum. There is glue here, so that when the insect comes there, it cannot fly. Like Fevicol, gum, glue. Okay. In Venus flytrap, for example, the leaf is folded into two halves. The leaf is two halves. When insect comes here, the leaf close. The leaf will close. When an insect sits on the leaf, the two halves close and the insect is trapped. The pitcher plant and the sundew are other examples of insectivorous plant. Okay. Rainforest. See here, Venus flytrap, the leaves are half. When the insects come here, the two halves of the leaf will close completely. In sundew, it will be sticky. There will be a glue on that. When the insect comes there, that insect will get sticky and the plant will consume it. But in pitcher plant, it will look like a small cup. Okay. When the insect comes here, there is a trap here. There is a lid. There is cover for this pitcher. There is for the small cup. There is a cover. When insect come here, that cover will close. Okay. So the plant will eat that insect. So rainforest. Rainforests are hot and wet forests that are found mostly near the equator. Most rainforests exist in parts of Asia, Africa, South America and Australia. Equator means the globe. The globe of the earth is divided into three parts. North, Tropic of Cancer, Equator, Tropic of Capricorn. So equator means middle area. In that middle area, the place will be always hot. The place will be always hot. And in rainforest, it will be raining every time, and it will be also hot. Rainforests are hot and wet forests that are found mostly near the equator. Most rainforests exist in parts of Asia, Africa, South America, and Australia. In rainforests, there are both tall and short trees with lots of climbers around. There are tall and short trees with lots of climbers around. The ground is covered with leaves, ferns, and fungi. The thick growth of leaves has an umbrella-like shape. This creates dark areas underneath. A wide variety of animals are found here. In rainforest, there are tall trees and short trees, and also there are many climbers, and also the ground is covered with leaves, ferns, and fungi. See, look at these trees here. There are tall trees, short trees, and look at the ground. Ground, it is green, and many leaves are there, and there is many fungus also is there. See, these are green color on the wall. All those things are very, very small plants. They are known as fungi. Okay, see those small green color on the wall. Those are plants. Those plants are known as fungus. They are known as fungi. Understood? The thick growth of the leaf has an umbrella-like shape. That means in this area, the leaves of that tree, it is wide, and sometimes people pluck the leaves of those trees to put on their head to prevent getting wet from rain. Understood? So, quick recap. Plants have different features to suit their natural surrounding. In hilly area, plants have needle-like leaves. In the plain, plants have lots of branches. In desert, plants have no leaves at all. The plants that grow in marshy area are called mangrove. They have breathing roots. Aquatic plants have special features to help them float or stay under water. Plants of the grass family are useful to us in many ways. Insectivorous plants eat insects. Okay. There are different types of plants. Okay. Plants have different features to suit their natural surroundings. Plants are grown everywhere, in desert, in land, under the water, everywhere plants are there. So different area there are different types of plants. In hilly area, plants have needle-like leaves. Hilly area means small mountains. In such type of area, the plant leaves are like needle. They have sharp leaves. In the plain, plants have lots of branches. Plain area. In plain area, plants have lots of branches. In desert, plants have no leaves at all, like cactus. There is no leaves. Okay. The plants that grow in marshy areas are called mangrove. In clay area, the marshy area means clay area. The water will always be wet, and the mud will be like clay. You do for clay modeling, like that mud will be. So in that place, trees, the roots will grow outside. Roots will grow outside, and those roots are known as breathing roots. Those roots are known as breathing roots. The roots of the mangrove are known as breathing roots. Aquatic plants have special features to help them float or stay under water. Aquatic plants means water plants. 3 types of water plants are there. Those plants which float on water. Those plants which are fixed to the pond, fixed on the ground. And those plants which are completely underwater. Floating plants. They are, example is duckweed, water hyacinth. Fixed water plant. Example, lotus lily. Underwater plant, hydrilla, tape grass, pondweed. Plants of grass family are useful to us in many ways. Grass family plants, wheat, rice, basra, sugarcane, bamboo, all these are different type of grass. Understood? Insectivorous plants eat insects. Example, Venus flytrap, sundew, picture plants. So from all these we understand that. And climber plants. Climber plants means they are plants and they grow like rope. You know rope? Rope. What is rope? You don't know rope? Kayar. Kayar. We use rope to draw water from well. We use rope to tie many things. So rope means a long thread, long thick thread. So some plants are like rope. Example, this ivy, garden ivy. Look at their stem. It is like rope. Look at grape. Look at climber tree, money plant. Passion fruit. Their body is like rope. Understood? So from this we understand that there are different types of plants, and all the plants they are living and surviving. All the plants live. Understood? Thank you.